305. Yes, we live. The Fam 305. Take a ride. The Fam 305. Yes, all night. The Fam 305. Let's get right. The Fam 305. Sit back and take a ride. The Fam 305. Let Guru pick your mind. The Fam 305. Mama G ready all the time. The Fam 305. K-Dub sniping on the right. The Fam 305. Dre talking ish all night. The Fam 305. Like, share, and subscribe. The Fam 305. The Fam 305. The Fam 305. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, no badando. No badando. Hey, no badando. Hey, no badando. No badando. No badando. No badando. There you go. All right, y'all. Here's your host for tonight for the Fam 305 podcast.
Yeah, that's horrible when people don't come. That's the worst. No pa tanto.
All right. It was called the Rec Room Podcast. We used to call it that, but now I'm going to change it up. Obviously, it's the Fam 305. You know, I am Guru. To my right is Patriot.
Hello.
I'm going to change it up. I'm actually going to change the name since this is more retail related. I'm going to call it Where Podcasting is a Pleasure Podcast. What do you think of that?
That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea because we all know what that means, but for today, I'm gonna run with it for now.
That's today's theme.
I don't know what episode number this is because I do so infrequently now. It's just life happens, but I was finally able to line up something with Patriot over here, and I may have K-Dub jump in and Dre at some point. So first of all, I want to say, what's up, Patriot?
Not a whole lot. Living the dream.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, it's never not a whole lot. It's a whole lot coming from this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have updates.
Definitely, yeah. That's why I always love having him on because it's just amazing the stuff that the things that they do, this life that he's in, and I guess you have some successful stories.
Well, I mean, I talk about my dating a lot on here.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's been a couple times where I've had multiple partners, or I was dating multiple people, but they weren't really partners. Like, we dated a couple months, and then some shit happened.
On and off.
When we were covering the last time, we were talking about the one that got me so high that, like, it felt like
When I tried to drug you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I think the only thing we forgot to add in was that the next day I was still high. That's why I think there was something in it. Like, I've never...
Did you ever, talk to her about it? Say, hey, what the hell happened?
We basically haven't spoken since, yeah.
I wouldn't either if someone tried to drug me.
I mean, it was weird.
Want to drug me.
It was weird. Cause, and at first I was like, wow, this is just the strongest stuff I've had. But, yeah, the next day I woke up sober and fine, went to work, and then when I started moving, I got, high again and was like, I was out of it. I almost went home. I was out of it for 3 hours, and then I ate, and then I kind of came back to.
Oh my God!
Well, it was wild.
So before we get back into, we're gonna get into polygamy, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about our Instacart shoppers here where we work, and overall, I mean, what is your opinion of the Instacart shoppers?
To me, some are good and some are bad. Some are frustrating. There's one I quite literally avoid.
One with the hat?
The one in the wheelchair.
I haven't seen that man.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
I think he's dead. Honestly, I think he's dead. The guy is 400 pounds. I don't know what he's talking about. He's 400 pounds, and he doesn't. He might
have some kind of medical thing going on. But
I think so.
Gosh, his voice just went up my spine.
Yeah. You ever screech? You put your hands on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what he sounds like when he talks.
And there's another guy who always asks for things, and he's shorter.
What, the little Haitian dude?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a minute either.
And he asks a million
things. It's
a million things. Just, how long have you been working here, man? Just learn the store.
Right. Especially, my thing is a lot of these people, I get the new ones because we always see the new, there's always new people coming in here.
Especially in the summertime.
you're gonna find new people, and it's like, okay, I get it. But then the ones that have been here, like that one dude, the Haitian dude, come on, bro, you've been in the store long enough. You're just trying to. But then we get the nice ones. We got the one.
Christine.
Is it Christine, the one that wears a shirt? I know there's one that's from Long Island. I don't know if her name is Sharon.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Christine.
Is it Christine? Yeah, it is Christine. She's cool.
Yeah,
she's awesome. Like,
she
I don't
bought
mind
someone
helping
here
her.
a T-shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the Jessica.
Oh, wow. And her daughter's pretty hot, too, because one day she was in there, and I was like, who's that with you? I'm like, oh, it's my daughter. I'm like, oh.
I mean, I guess I haven't seen her in years, but I've been here a long time. But I was thinking, like, she's young, but I'm like, well, she might have been young like 6 years ago.
Who, the
daughter?
Well, no, she's older now. She's older now.
That's
so
why I had to stop and be like, wait, I've just been in this store so long.
Yeah.
I've seen people grow up.
And there's one that I just saw her today. I don't know if you remember her, but she always wears jean shorts. She's Spanish looking, kind of darker complexion. She's Spanish, but she always wears jean shorts, like jeans, but like cut off. Like, you know, you cut your jeans. You've seen her, you'd recognize her. And she's in Instacart. And I was like, hey, how are you? Because I usually don't talk to him. But her, it's like I haven't seen her in a minute. I was like, hey, how you doing? She goes, where you been? He goes, oh, I've been around. And it was kind of like, okay. But then she kind of took off. So I was like, oh. So, but I don't know. She's pretty cool, but she's just cute looking. So I just don't mind talking to her.
I think the one that's the tall one's kind of cute.
As we're about to get podcast bombed by hell, I forgot what I call these guys. We know
Toro.
Abraham Lincoln. Toro, and then we got the Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
Swing.
Lincoln.
Since I dropped that knowledge on you.
Oh, yeah. They're actually off camera right now. That's all right. They're still going to hear you guys. What's up, Toro?
Mike Myers officially was registered, I guess, as a CIA informant.
Breaking the news.
That's crazy, huh?
Wow.
Austin Powers, bro, snitching for the CIA.
But, like, I don't know.
See, he did hide in plain sight. He's like, I'm a spy.
So,
evil is his one and only name.
So Abraham, I'm gonna call you Abraham. So where's this information come out of the P Diddy?
Yeah, it was out of the P Diddy court file. They were talking, and I guess that came up.
Like I don't know.
It's transcribed by the paralegals in the documents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stenographer.
Stenographer sits there and types.
Said that he works for the CIA, or he was an informant for the CIA.
Jesus Christ, everyone's an informant for the CIA. Seems like it's famous. They probably got dirt on him. And they're like, oh, well, if you're going to do something for us, maybe we'll write. I mean, that's how it works.
Well, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did you build the system and then everybody started snitching? Or did you put the snitches in place and then build the system so everybody's monitoring everybody?
Yeah.
I think they did it that way.
Yeah.
That'd be the smartest way to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like he was working, just like, I don't know if you ever heard, they say like T.I. and all them work for the CIA and shit.
T.I.?
Yeah, rappers and shit. They're not real. They're all snitches. Lil Wayne and all them. They say they're all snitches for the government and shit.
Wayne. Well, what are they trying to do? Like, go after people that are actually doing, like, I mean...
The big timers, the real ones. The ones that buy into this shit and believe it fully and then submerge themselves into that lifestyle thinking that that's real. Like, I want to be like Tip. Like, okay.
So... All right, so let's jump back into Instacart because you guys work here in the supermarket industry. What's your opinion of the Instacart shoppers and how they treat you guys overall? Like good, bad, ugly? Any particular stories? Any particular ones that you had?
Well, they're nice. They're nice. Yeah, the one in the hat, the guy, the long hair that always wears a hat.
Oh, he just always asks for shit.
He asks for
he's
stuff
nice
every time.
He's nice, but he asks.
He would know. Yeah, he's usually super polite too.
Because I'm just telling you, if you didn't, then the first thing I have to do is go over there and check the shelf. But we're going to be treading water backwards if you didn't do that shit first.
Yeah, because sometimes they're all right overall.
But it's too much work for not enough money. That one lady say...
How much do they make, by the way? Have you ever asked any of them? Because I never really got too close.
She said the best tip she got was like 100. But it was like a 130-something item order. You know what I mean?
But do they
get 2 full carts of shit, and she got tipped $100 for it.
So they're making money on the tips. They're not making money on the order
Yeah,
themselves.
Oh, no, yeah.
Very little.
Yeah, I think it's mostly tipping.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
It's
to
the
do
same
that
thing
shit.
with like, because I'm going to be doing the Uber Eats, and it's like I get like $2 to $4 per order from them, and then whatever the tips are.
So the tips is where it's at.
Yeah,
You ain't
gotta
gonna
hope.
get many of them, not
No,
nowadays.
Yeah, it's gonna be $2 to
So they
$4
set that
tip.
system up so we blame each other. Because people be like, man, fuck you, you don't tip. Bitch, I ain't got no money. Look at my fucking electric bill. Look at my gas bill. Look at my child care bills.
Our prices
I can't put my kids in daycare and shit. We
Yeah.
lost a grocery manager over that shit. Because he can't afford fucking child care.
You talk about the assistant grocery?
BJ, yeah, he gone.
So
they took his picture down out of the thing and everything.
well, they said he's on leave until July 3rd.
Oh, well.
I heard 5th.
They took David
5th.
Dominic's picture down.
Well, yeah,
and they
'cause
took
he's
BJ's
leaving.
picture down.
Yeah.
Over childcare. Well, he just had a kid, so
But as I'm saying, him and his girl can't afford everything.
so they're moving
gotta
to South
move
Carolina.
North South
Yeah,
Carolina
yeah.
or something to be with family so they can have someone watch after the baby when they go to work and shit.
Yeah.
Pussy good, but
Not that good.
not that good. I mean,
All right. Good to see you, Toro. Any last words for retail? Don't get into it.
watch out for that overhand right.
Check out Toro's music on Spotify.
On
and YouTube.
Spotify.
Catch him in the ring.
Mixtape. Have a new fight coming.
Nice.
It's
Good
actually
luck,
pretty
brother.
Good. Very enjoyable.
Don't get knocked out.
I do
I
listen.
saw not to.
Don't get knocked
You know
out.
what I'm saying now.
That's the whole goal, right? Later, Toro. So Abraham, this guy, you know, his polygamy, which you know you're Obi-Wan, so you're not involved in any of that, but hopefully abstinence, which is you're like a priest. That's why I call him Obi-Wan. I should be calling him Obi-Wan because you live in that lifestyle.
Too many times to be a priest. I just don't. I don't play with them hoes. No
It's
more.
yeah.
Them bitches be tripping.
Yeah, but you're up here. Like if you were back down in the 561, would that be a different story? Because it'd be a lot easier to get.
I evolved when I moved out here, so yeah, I'd probably still be Neanderthalic.
Yeah.
I'd still have the grill and all that shit if I was down there.
Yeah, up here you really can't pull that off anymore. Plus we're older. You know, us older, we're
like
smarter
that
about that.
What's her face was like, "Yeah, you want to hang around and shit? So you still with your man?" She said, "Yeah, but I ain't that man." I tried to tell you last time, like,
was that the one that was here?
Yeah.
What's up with her?
She's still doing her thing.
She's still with this guy?
She's not with the guy she was with when she first came down last year. She's with another guy.
Yeah.
And she's still trying to step out on him.
And she's still trying to get with you?
Yeah. She made it kind of known.
Obi-Wan, man. Obi-Wan, give her the Force. Give her the Force.
Because it's bitches like that will get pregnant. And
I
then
got
be
you.
like, fuck, I should have never fucked this girl.
Yeah, but you wear a fucking Jimmy, bro.
Hey.
You thinking it's something? Nah, come on.
Hey.
All right.
You do you.
I got you.
Right, you
But
gotta
the
do
Holy
like me.
Spirit told me, don't fuck no bitches unless you ready to have a kid with them.
Got you.
If you can't plan like that, then you shouldn't be fucking them. Not at 40 years old.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't 20 no more.
Right.
And even then, that's a dangerous game, boy. You playing
That's why
with
I got the vasectomies.
What? Even that ain't foolproof, though. They told
It's
me that.
99.9.
They told you not even. I thought it was 95% or something. It's not 99.
Yeah.
They be lying about the condoms, too, but you know them hoes be poking holes in that shit.
Yeah, but that's why I bring my own. I mean, I did when I was. Never had girls give me
I got
a
a
condom.
condom. It's right here.
No.
Hey.
Yeah. Why it's marked up a little bit? Something's wrong. No.
Then you pull that knocked up shit where you like,
Yeah.
are you sure you're wearing a condom? It feels so thin. Like, yeah, I got a condom on, girl. Like that shit, boy.
Man.
It ain't worth it.
No. Well, man.
For what?
You don't want a little junior running around?
Not with her.
She got money.
She got no prospects.
Huh?
She look decent now, but
Yeah.
what happens in 5 years, 8 years?
Well, after she drops the kid. Yep.
Everything gonna be droopy.
I always look at the mom.
Fat.
Look at the mom.
And that's whatever. But that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I want something that I know is a good investment.
You need a church girl. That's what you need.
No, I've been working on that, but there ain't none.
None?
Not at least where I be going and the things I be going through. I be getting them eyes sometimes. I be waiting for some grandma or something with a young dog, like a young granddaughter. Like, there was a nice woman tonight. I chatted her up for a minute, and she was nice. And then she came back through 4, and she bought some candles and shit. And I said, "Oh, whose birthday is it?" She said, "Oh, it's my daughter's birthday. She's 27."
And then the antenna goes up.
Hey.
Hey now.
I become the Fonz all of a sudden.
Hey.
27. That's a little young, but not too much.
That's within the.
She mature 27, but
right.
She still thinks she's 22, partying and drinking all the time.
Well, yeah, you're not into that lifestyle no more.
No, man. I'm not trying to be Captain Kirk no more.
Yeah. If anyone's still in that phase, I'm just like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Have fun. Yeah. I lived it. You gonna live it, but I don't want it.
I don't mind it going on a vacation and doing it, but like not every weekend.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of told her. I'm like, look, what you got?
Pussy weekend.
Like what? Okay, you got a pussy. Like, is your pussy special?
Is it? Yeah. Is your shit like magical?
Is it the golden ticket? Because all you bring to the table is a pussy. Like,
yeah. There's other things. You're right.
She said, "You ain't never fucked my pussy." I said, "Well, it might be true, but I'm also not ever gonna fuck your pussy, so just move on." She ain't hit me up or nothing. So
after that was it, huh?
I kind of told her. I said, "Look, I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna play with you. I told you when I met you a year ago. The only thing I owe you is the truth. Only thing I owe anybody is the truth. You know, we owe each other the truth. Like, let's live in a world where we at least tell each other the truth of what our truths are."
Amen, Dre.
I said, "Yeah, I'm not interested in you like that. You cool and everything. I'll be your friend because, you know, you young. You don't need people to talk to that are going to keep it real with you and shit. But if you trying to find a booty call or a old man daddy, like, that ain't me."
That's not you. You're ready for the serious.
No, serious.
Yeah. You just.
Let's tell her to be genuine. That's all.
Yeah,
you just want it to be real.
Talk about that shit.
You just want it to be real.
Meet somebody who's cool and hang out and see where that shit goes.
See where it goes.
But everybody be trying to put everything in the categories from the jump. Like, well, she could be my side piece. She could be my that. You know, that's why I kind of do like the pizza girl, because like she makes me kind of giddy a little bit when she comes.
And she seems pretty. Like,
she's bouncy and she got a nice personality.
We just gotta do something about her man.
Nah, he'll be gone.
He'll be gone.
He'll be gone. That's what you know who said. He said he's just the flavor of the week, and that's the other thing. You know?
He's just a friend.
That's why I told old girl too. I said, "Look, you the kind of bitch I hate. You don't even realize."
You told her this?
Yeah, I said I was your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I got cheated on when I was young, when I was a jit, and that shit fucks your head up, man. And I'm like, and you want me to turn around and now fuck this kid's life up, where he gonna find out you stepping out?
Right, you're gonna be the one.
Nah, man.
Dre, what's up, buddy? Is he there? No, maybe not. No.
What you got, that indica?
Yo.
Smells.
My bad.
Yes.
I was just listening.
Did you? So what do you do? What's your opinion on it? So my buddy, he just, he doesn't want to be number 2. He wants to be the number 1.
Yeah, man, you got to know what you want, and it's true that you got to be truthful, man. A lot of people live in fucking fantasy land, dog. You know what I mean? And they don't fucking live their truth. So yeah, man, you know what you want. That's what you strive for.
Truthful about that shit.
Would you be okay if they were okay, like open dating?
Like what? My boy over here is involved in Mr. Polygamy.
Like if he knew you were around, would you be okay with it? So you're not a number 2, you're like an equal?
I don't think so. I mean, you got to answer for yourself.
I'm too vain for that shit.
Exactly. We're from the old school, right? We old school. Right, Dre?
I don't know. I might be down for it. Shit.
Might be. Nah, but what if if your woman was getting fucking railed by another guy? Like, oh yeah, we're open. We're okay with that. I don't know about that.
Oh, I mean,
really not care.
Right.
Or how do you do that?
That's why it's such an interesting conversation with Patriot about
so
this.
You fucking are you gonna be thinking, is he dicking her down better than me?
I don't see
exactly.
I don't care about that.
Is she faking these orgasms? Like what? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be thinking about that kind of
Is there a hierarchy? Is there like a 1,
you
2,
got to
3,
think
like,
about it too. Like
the hierarchy is usually from a romantic aspect.
Shit.
One of my first girls, I used to show up and she'd already be half naked. I knew what time it was. It was like, yeah, come and get it. I said, hey. There wasn't no games. There wasn't no bullshit. I didn't have to wonder where she was or who she was with.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, come and get it.
It's time.
But you got to be a dicksman, too. If you ain't a cocksman, you ain't doing shit.
You
I
got
think
to
that's
drop that dick off.
what I'm doing. Like, I don't have to worry about that I'm not doing a good job.
No, okay, so you got it like that.
There's signs, man. If they get up and they be like,
oh, so afterwards, if they're fucking staggering, you did it right.
You can't fake that.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
right.
she could if she really wanted, but
Right.
you'd be dumb if you fell for chicken legs and they weren't real. But when they be standing up and they can't walk straight and shit, then you know, like, hey, okay, she ain't faking that. And then she knows she gonna be calling you twice a day. All right, just making sure you still coming by later.
So Dre, you had him walking fucked up afterwards?
I had a couple like that. You know, sometimes you gotta, you know, it depends on the situation. You know, sometimes you dropping that meat off, but sometimes you get a quick nut and go too. You know, it depends on the
You don't have
situation.
time to get into all that. Right? Like, damn, sometimes you don't have time to get into it, right? It's all about you.
Quickies are okay.
Right?
Yeah. Pop in, pop out. You know,
Pop in.
but you can't make that become like complacently a regular thing.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah, if I got now, you know, if you got time, then you should be dropping that big dingling load off. You know what I mean? You should be doing some fucking Captain Morgan shit. You know what I mean?
Captain.
Yeah. Everybody's got different situations. Like when you have
Right.
like, there is a lot of we only have a small window of availability.
I'm in that fucking area with the kids.
That's where the quickies are okay. But then there's times where you got to make sure you're finding a sitter or something to be like, all right, let's do like the long
or get away, you know, and do it. But
Get off my mommy. Get out of here, you little shit. That's why I don't be doing the stepdaddy thing. Either.
No, you never had him the daddy. Are you my daddy? Never walked in.
No.
Hey, grandma walked in on us once.
Are you my daddy? Oh God.
What you doing to my mama?
Yeah.
Hey,
you hugging my mama? You hugging my mama? Yeah, I'm doing more than hugging her.
We wrestling.
Yeah, we wrestling.
We over here hunching.
Yeah, man.
Ain't nobody even use that word no more.
Hunching. What's the words that they used back in the day? Now it's what, Netflix? What do you got? What you're the younger crowd. What's the word for, like, what is it? Netflix and chill? Is that what they say?
I'm
or is
younger,
it just?
but I ain't that much younger.
Oh, okay.
I'm 38.
We used to just call it
Back in the days, DVD and chill.
There wasn't no code words. It was just, hey, you want to smoke a bowl and fuck? You want to roll up a blunt and fuck?
That's how it was in 5 years.
Oh yeah, smoke a blunt.
What did they say to you?
How about buy a fucking OE and fuck and smoke a blunt and fuck?
Buy an OE.
Back in Lake Worth, you know, that's where I learned live your truth. You know, like, hey, if she was like, yeah, you'd be like, all right, on to the next one.
Right.
But they knew, and they knew.
They knew what time it was, right? What time it was, right?
Yeah, nowadays,
it's games.
It's all bullshit.
It's all games, right?
Damn internet tricked all these hoes into thinking they're more valuable than they are.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm out of the game, so I don't know. I mean,
I'm not in the game then or end all be all, but I'm saying, like I said a minute ago,
technically,
what are you bringing to the table? A pussy? Like, okay, wow,
dating.
Never seen a pussy before. Can't get that everywhere.
Yeah, but they I don't know. It seems like what they want to be chased. I mean, because I remember it's all about the chase, right? It's all about chasing the girl, the ones that you want to be into. Now there were others, right, Dre? We just ran in. We already knew what time it was. All right, let's go. You know.
Yeah, but you know, like, there's no
girls. We had girls.
I think I think the internet kind of messed shit up because, you know, when you have that interaction and that you go on that mission for some cooter, you know, it's like it's more exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's just like y'all bitches think y'all what? Man, get out of here. Come on. I ain't even see your ass yet or your titties. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, there was a thing on Facebook today about that. It was a picture and an illustration, and she said, I don't need no man. And he said, ma'am, you collect food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare. Yeah. You got 2 baby daddies. You collecting child support on both kids. What you mean you don't need a man? You got Uncle Sam paying all your goddamn bills.
You got the man paying you.
Shit.
Yeah, you don't need a man.
But you don't need no man.
That's they fucked the system. Yeah, they fucked the system, and they know it, and it's generational because their fucking mom did it, so they grew up, and that's all they know. Like
Eddie Griffin.
Shit. What did he say?
He said the biggest pimp on planet Earth is her motherfucking mama. She the one told her, get you a good man, girl. Make sure he got a job, girl. Make sure he ain't riding the bus, girl.
Yeah.
He said, fuck, I can't even do nothing. Yeah, I work at McDonald's, but I work 45 hours a week. I'm paying all my bills. I got a car. What you want from me? Nah. And now, like I said earlier, you're not tall enough. Tinder gonna put height restrictions.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Tinder's got height restrictions. Like, you can put, like, height
that made me happy. I'm almost 6'2", basically.
Yeah, you're all right.
Buffed your chances.
Hey.
You're good.
Now all them good-looking 5'8" dudes gonna get pushed to the back for them mediocre-looking 6'+ dudes. I said, hey, I'm all right with that. Swipe right, bitch.
I'm right on the line because I'm 5'10", so it's like that's a cutoff for a lot. Like,
hey,
you're right, a lot are still fixing up.
Put them little platform
Dre,
shoes on.
you would have been swiped right a lot because you're what, 6'4", 6'3"?
Nah, I'm like 6'2".
Yeah, you're like Abraham's height here. Abe's height. Uncle Abe over here. Old burn. Because some girls like that, but then again, some girls like short guys.
Yeah,
I knew
well,
a girl
a lot of the little girls like big girls. You know? A lot
I
of
don't
the
agree
little
with
skinny
that.
girls.
Some.
I smashed a bunch of little skinny slim trims. A lot.
Yeah.
But did you see the Shrek joke?
No.
It's just a reminder that Fiona literally picked an ogre over a short guy, Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, Lord
because the nigga
Farquaad.
was short. Nah, she picked an
She
ogre.
took the goddamn monster.
Like women don't really. You gotta figure if you got two guys, same income, same job, same looks.
Right.
One of them 6'2", one of them 5'8". They're gonna take the 6'2" one every time.
Yep.
Just like
Yeah,
we in
they
that
got the
same
ogre
spot,
dick.
you got the same, but you like tits. She got big tits. The other one don't. You gonna take the one with the big tits.
Right.
You like ass. She
Right.
got ass. The other one don't. You gonna take the one with ass.
That's true.
Everybody does.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's living your truth.
That's what you like, right?
Yeah.
But it
Right.
kind of
You
sucks.
ever seen an average dick? That shit is humongous.
No, not quite, but
I'm
they're big as
saying
fuck.
the bigger the package, the bigger the person, the bigger the package.
Yeah, but that could be overcome. That could be overcome if you got money or if you got status. Like a lot of initially maybe, but
Well, I think it was Theo Vaughn that said something like women be talking about horse sticks.
Yeah.
But if you look at the size of the horse stick in ratio to the horse, it's actually smaller than a man's penis if he's average size, like height and weight and all that stuff. So it's like man's dick is actually bigger percentage-wise on his body than a horse's dick is on a horse's body.
That makes you feel so much better now.
Yeah, I'm like, hey. You never saw that South Park episode where they talk about this shit?
No.
Swing.
Oh, with the dicks? Yes,
They were
with
like,
the dick sizes, yes.
Under 5 inches.
Yeah.
It was like fucking. That's below average. Everybody. What the fuck? No. Everybody in South Park was all pissed off and shit. And like, no, they moved it up now. Like, anything over 5 is above average. And everybody was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's this chick that goes. Oh man, they win. The fucking Edmonton just won. Fucking A.
Oh, you just ruined it for me. They won overtime?
Yep. They just scored.
You guys were still playing?
Yeah, they were playing.
And Edmonton won?
Edmonton
I told
won.
you they were going.
It's over. They're going to win the cup now. They see 70.
Man, you crazy. You crazy.
It's all right. We won last year.
Trudeau, he needs something, bro.
Bro, how you gonna say they're gonna win the cup? This shit went to overtime.
70%. It's they told you the stats. 70% of the time when the game winner wins it. It's over. It's okay, bro. I'll be okay if we go 7, but I think
one.
I don't believe in that, bro.
Okay, I hope I'm wrong, Dre. I hope I'm wrong, but I think
Nah. Panthers are good, bro.
They got something to say, but it comes out when they move the league.
Who scored?
Just a bunch of gibberish, motherfuckers. Actually,
This guy. Who scored?
Number 29. I don't know that. I don't know those guys.
Oh, Draisaitl?
Some Canadian motherfucker with no teeth. That's who scored.
That German dude sounds like a dude from Lord of the Rings. He got a name from Lord of the Rings. Draisaitl. His name sounds like something.
Been a one-timer.
Munchies, Pringles, bro. Plain Pringles.
It's all right.
I was like, damn.
I know it was something to munch on, you know.
Plain Pringles.
Very neutral flavor.
All right, so
everyone kind of likes it.
So,
Right.
about your girls, some success stories.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had.
Lincoln out.
All right,
I don't want my
Abe. All right, man.
I'll see you.
Abraham Lincoln out.
Blah,
I'm leaving without a bull in the back.
It's been a while since I've had multiple partners, and both are actual
Locked and loaded.
partners.
Yeah. Jay, so we're talking about polyamory, and my buddy here's got Patriot's got some good stories. So hopefully,
back in January, I met we'll say Orlando.
Orlando. We go by cities because want to help their identity.
I'm pretty good at keeping it one per city.
Yeah, well, but wouldn't you want more? Well, I mean, it's okay, right? It's polyamory. Like, who cares? Like,
no, I mean, as far as like everyone I've talked about on here, we keep giving
one per city. Yeah. Bureau, Orlando,
Jupiter,
Palm City.
This well, we had well, what do we call him? I forget what we call him.
I don't know. Crazy. But you're no longer with that one.
No.
Yeah.
That's technically both for Palm City.
Yeah, but I want the one now. There's one now that you met. The one I met.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about her?
I was going chronologically.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm jumping the shark here, Dre. He has so many women. It's like he has a harem.
Well, right now I'm only with two.
Oh, just two.
Right. Orlando. I met her through a dating app, and it was just like, hey, polyamory. That's why it's long distance. She wants a secondary kind of partner. I'm fine with that. So
yeah.
My actual title is date mate, so it's not like boyfriend.
Date mate.
Yeah. Who she goes on dates with.
So you just when you guys go out, you just so husband is like she goes home to that whatever, but then when she wants
boyfriend as like a.
But he understands it.
Yeah.
He's okay with it.
Well, he's got two other partners.
So he's got two of his own.
So he's got three total.
Jesus Christ. Dre, this is crazy, bro. Where was this shit when we were coming up?
I think I like it.
He has another one as well. That's a lady. Just me and a lady.
Yeah, she's bisexual?
And a husband. Yeah.
Her husband bisexual? No.
I don't know. Yeah.
But she is.
She is, yeah.
You know that for sure. You've met.
Oh, yeah.
But not.
She's got a female partner, a date mate. She got two date mates, me and a girl, and then a husband. And the husband has two other ladies.
And this is Orlando.
Yeah.
So it's Orlando. Of course it's Orlando. It's for all the young people. The shit. You remember, they're probably at Senior Frogs, Dre.
I bet.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could get her on here. Because it is funny, like...
You should bring her on. I want to pick the mind of polyamory.
Listening to her talk about, like... Because she does get jealous of her husband's female partner, the particular one. Because she's very affectionate.
But she's okay with this.
Yeah. No, she knows the irony.
See, I'm not a jealous person, so I think I would fit right in.
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I don't get jealous.
I could.
I'm not a jealous person.
Once you experience, because I mean, a lot of people do have like a primary partner type, like main person. Once you experience that person supporting you with someone else, it's a game changer. When they're like, when they get excited that you're having a good time, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like they love that you're happy.
It's just a mindset that, it's
having to enjoy that. I'm like, it's so like I remember it. Like if I ever get to do that again, it's like she's supportive of me being with other people for sure.
Orlando.
Yeah. So like she likes hearing about like my stories with people. So and like she talks to me about some.
And how often are you seeing her?
I see her twice a month.
So you go up there for how many days? Just for like a weekend, a day, 2 days?
Whenever I get my son, my little monthly trip to him from Deltona.
That's not that far.
It is far. It's 2 hours and
20 minutes. In that area, it's close to.
Oh yeah, it's 50 minutes from there to her house.
Yeah.
So I go on the way back.
On the way back,
we usually get dinner or something and just kind of hang out and smoke in the parking lot after and chill.
Now, is it sexual with her?
It is when like
at times
he's not there,
but when he's there, no.
Correct.
Okay.
So
there is like some like you can't just walk in like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Hal? Then you guys go into a side room and fucking.
They have like their house, and then they have a garage, and then they have a room above the garage. That's for like sharing with partners and stuff. Like if you want time together.
So you can do that.
But I don't do that if he's there. I do that if he's spending the night with one of his partners.
But you could do that. You could show up when he's there, like, oh, we're gonna go upstairs. He's okay with that.
I don't.
But
know.
you just don't do that.
I don't know.
But you just don't do that.
I just don't do
Okay,
that. I don't want to do that.
But it's there.
It is because like
It's
when we
kinda
first
weird, man.
when we first started dating, he did get jealous initially because she was so excited about like having a second partner. Because I was like the first one she had in a long time. Because the last one like ended shitty. He was like abusive or something. So like they were hesitant to bring someone back into the mix.
But you're the perfect.
They went back to monogamy for a while just to like give it a cool down, like
And
to
now
take a break from it.
Now.
Yeah, and then he was like, "All right, I'm ready if you're ready," kind of thing.
So he has two, and then she has two. You and a girl.
Yeah.
Right? That you know of.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But it's been going good.
So that's Orlando. What about now? You have another one down here.
Palm City.
I met her, Dre, and she's very nice.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Very nice.
This
sweet.
one is the one I would like to have as like a live-in partner, keep for life.
You want to be your primary.
Yeah. Like the long distance thing, it's like if it like we both kind of have the mindset of trying to keep it going for basically as long as possible, but like if our plates get too full with other partners, it'll be like, you know, we're pen pals again for a while. Probably would call like the romantic aspect off.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to have someone that we can connect with and talk with about all this stuff that, you know, isn't like full of ignorant questions or like get crazy about it. Because some people do just say the weirdest stuff to me.
Now, is she with other partners as well? Or she's not?
No.
But
wants
she's okay.
us to be monogamous. She would prefer us to be monogamous.
But she's okay with you doing this?
Yeah. But she's because I had another partner when we met and I told her that.
And she's okay with that.
And she was like, huh. And she kind of had, I think, she's never asked me to give it up, no. But she says,
you
like, she
tell.
preferred, yeah. She started off like.
So what are you going to do?
Ride it out and see what happens.
You're hoping she changes, or are you hoping
I'm hoping she gets more comfortable with it, even if she doesn't want to, like, engage with the partners or anything like that. But there's a lot that she hasn't experienced on a social level with real connections to people, because she's known some just shallow and shitty people. So I think she's figuring that out, though, because I've introduced her just to like my friends and stuff. She can see better people. She's like, wow, like open-minded, like good people.
So hopefully she might come around to this and maybe open up a little.
Like Orlando would love to be friends with Palm City.
So why don't you set it up?
Because Palm City does not want to be friends with Orlando.
Knowing everything, still no.
Yeah. Even though she knows that she's married and cool and this and that. She's actually done polyamory before.
The Palm City.
Correct.
So she didn't like it.
She was in a pretty toxic relationship where she
was a bad.
She was the second person, the secondary. Like they had a wife.
And she was
but the guy was basically like, I want to, leave her and marry you, this and that, and blah blah blah, like kind of thing, like leading her on to not be monogamous, but that she would be the primary.
And didn't.
And then came to find out, like after months, that like the wife probably didn't know nearly how much they were talking and interacting. So she was she said she was like polyamorous and stuff, but she's like, I don't think that she knew that I was a partner the whole time. Like we met, and I don't think she pieced that together. And then because he would like hide her basically.
Jeez, well that's not really polyamory if that's happening.
Yeah, I think he was.
Classic cheating.
Yeah, which is
like that's the tried and true.
A lot of people use the guise of polyamory to cheat. Like, yeah, she's okay with it, but she's just uncomfortable with meeting.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people like Palm City who don't want to meet on it.
Wow. So are you trying to? Are you looking
Is
for
there
more?
Is there a website or is it like a community? Like, what? How do you?
Good.
Like, where do I sign up? Right.
There's usually dating apps with like options for polyamory.
Poly.com.
Poly.com.
No. But there are like.
Does Tinder have it? Does Tinder have it or no? Does Tinder have an open?
Yeah, there's an option to have an open.
And then Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Okay. See, we're us married men here, Dre. We don't know nothing about this.
I haven't used it in a couple of years, but I was using the OkCupid one, and you could search by polyamory, which is way more convenient than any of them. I don't know why that's just not a fucking normal option.
It's a very Advanced.
Tinder does have a section like if you I don't know what it's called. I don't think I even have it anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
But
never had it.
there's like a groups tab where you can pick like labels, and one of them is polyamory. So it'll be like, all right, there's 80 people near you that are willing to do that. You can talk to only them that way.
But they got to swipe right to talk to them.
But yeah, you have to swipe right. So that one is pretty cool. Like that's what I just found that they had that right when I met the other two. So and Palm City was kind of like, just keep it at the 2 though. Thanks. And I was like,
keep it at the minimum. Keep it under 2.
But I am gonna wait until we're at least together for a year, maybe a year and a half before I'm like, I would like to switch up my number 2 to someone local instead of having the long distance thing.
Yeah, that's a lot to go up there. I mean, you go up there already for your son. Still, like, keep it local.
Right. Yeah. Now it could change if she's willing to move up somewhere near Orlando.
Maybe.
Because that would be closer to my son. Even if I moved to like Altona area.
Or move, yeah.
I have a question. You don't have you have a child with Palm City?
No, my children are from when I was monogamous.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted.
I was in 2 monogamous relationships. I was actually in 3 monogamous relationships that were long term before getting into this. That's when I kind of quit because I did that. Like I did things backwards. Most people do this when they're young. I'm like, no.
Yeah, because I think I might do that if this ever goes bad.
Yeah. I get Dre. I don't know, man. Good luck to you, man. I mean, no, I don't want it to happen, but yeah.
Again, it's ever since experiencing having support from someone who likes to. Oh, you met someone who makes you feel these like intense good feelings, like I can make you feel, and that's a good thing. It's like, wow, that's like it's so wholesome. And that's why I don't get jealous and stuff. Like I know that if it's someone who's good for them, it's good. Now when it's someone who's shitty and they're doing terrible things, then I am like, you got to learn boundaries for yourself because that's a red flag if you can't. But it's so new to be like socially accepted because it's still really not in a lot of ways.
No,
that
because that's not a construct of marriage of being with one person and the whole.
A lot of people who are doing it have trauma. Or a lot of people doing it are, not doing it with like a healthy mindset and for other reasons. They're just toxic and stuff. Like, yes, most people who are doing this need to do therapy to be okay doing it. And a lot of people aren't even willing to do therapy. So
like the stripper with like, that has a complex, they're into that, you think, or no?
I don't know.
Because strippers got problems. I mean, think about it. They're naked, they're having sex with people and just...
I've known...
a lot of problems.
I've known a couple that weren't strippers, but they were like online content type people.
And what's their deal? Was there issues?
One of them, no. I mean, I don't necessarily know her past. She's done a lot of my tattoos actually. But she's an amazing human being.
But she likes doing online stuff.
Life.
She was doing what, OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Showing off.
Yeah, she had different things. I mean, she did like full nudity stuff on there. It wasn't like, I don't think actual sexual acts or anything.
But she was very like artistic with her sexuality. I've seen people do it online. It's like not like straight up porn, but it's very artsy. Very. Yeah,
she would do sexually like
suggestive
stuff, but it wasn't anything. I mean, too raunchy, I guess.
But there was nothing wrong with her. Like you didn't get the idea. Like, okay, she was abused or nothing like that.
No.
Because it seems like a lot of these women that are crazy, and I'm not talking about like the ones you're involved with, but like strippers or certain people. They always got a history, man.
We've had some that were abusive. Crazy for sure.
Yeah.
The cocaine one that we had a great month and a half of dating, and then she's like, by the way, I do cocaine.
Cocaine.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah, I had one like that. Yeah.
That came with a bunch of stuff. That
I mean, they're not all of them are not all crazy. I mean, some of them just. It depends.
First of all, it's not like a polyamory thing either, so much as monogamous people are just fucked up crazy. Like, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
For the majority.
Like, culturally, there's damage everywhere for sure. We don't teach things like emotional regulation.
But in the construct of religion and like our relationships, people do this shit on the down low, and it's not good. So being open, that's why I have so many questions about this, because I would think it would solve a lot of problems with like having troubles with.
Exactly. I'd rather be in the open than like,
Right.
Yeah. And the
or
thing
I'll be like, yo, I'm having a struggle. Like, you ain't doing this, so let's
Yeah.
go
Let
have
me.
fun,
Right.
whatever.
Let me
Yeah.
open date. Let me date. Let me go out there and just.
Yeah. It's
And
kind of like the hall pass concept, just
yeah,
permanent.
the hall pass.
When you
Yeah.
have
It's
someone
just
who's okay
it's
with it,
an infinite hall
you
pass, right?
Yeah.
when someone isn't like guilting you for being attracted to people and stuff like that, when you get to experience that, then it's like great. And again, I'm fine with like with Palm City, she doesn't want to hear about it at all. Like I'm fine just not doing that. But when someone does do that, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like, I think she just needs to experience it, and maybe she might, in a healthy way, and she might be cool because she's very open minded. Like again, she's tried this
I mean, she
before.
did it before, so that's why I'm like, I guess she
Yeah.
just got burned by it. I think
Yeah.
you need to introduce someone that's gonna help her with this, and then maybe she'll be open to it. But it doesn't
We'll
sound
see.
like she's not. It seems like she's half. She's got half her foot in monogamy and half her foot.
She gets the concepts of things and kind of has that like I can be okay with this, and she tells me like I'm fine with it.
But she's
this and
not.
that. And then
Somewhat.
when I'm with Orlando is when she's like, ugh. But
She gets jealous.
she's never given me a hard time.
Okay.
Like when I come back, she'll like literally the last time I went, she was like, "Come spend the night," and was just all over me and stuff. So like
She was trying to say, "Hey, this is what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
Stop going up there. I'm here."
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. She didn't say any of
Like
that.
the makeup sex.
But
I know, but
that is what she did.
kind of seems like it, right?
I mean, she didn't ask me to have any of that. I'm just having a good time with it. To me, it's being fine.
Wow.
So if she raises issues, we'll talk about it as we go. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy the experience of having the two.
So Dre, so if you got into this, how many of them would you have? You'd probably have like 5 or 6. Would you have like a whole?
I don't know about 5 or 6 because that's a lot of fucking drama. That's a lot of talking, and that's a lot of, you know what I mean? You gotta keep up with the shit, right?
It's finding people who are compatible with the amount of energy and availability you have, honestly. Because the
Right.
one in Orlando is totally fine with if we don't talk for like 5 or 6 days. But we usually send each other like memes or something, like some kind of communication. But then we'll sit down and like literally do like a webcam call and talk for like 2 hours.
Mm.
So it's just whenever you got to find someone who's open with that. People who have other partners usually okay because they have someone. Oh, you're busy. I can try to
go
do
over
this.
this one. Yeah.
It only becomes an issue when someone is genuinely like you're their only partner. That's the only time I ever see people going crazy.
And that's a problem.
Because even Orlando, her husband got jealous initially because they both started off with no partners. And then boom, she connected to me.
So he was like, "Wait a second, I need to get something." Until then, I'm like, "I got a problem," kind of.
Flipped a leaf once being with
another one.
Yeah, exactly. Once he met one he actually liked, he was just like, okay. There's another one I've had experiences with. I won't go into it too hard right now, but the woman in the relationship like wants to sometimes have things go with me. Has accepted that it won't ever happen.
Right.
We're friends, but I think would try with the blessing of the guy, and the guy, has said no when she asked 3 times in like a few years, but he does not have a second part. But gets super hyped about people when he thinks that it's gonna go that way, and is suddenly okay with like her dating and this and that. Not me, but other people.
Yeah, not you, but everyone else.
But it's like it's kind of like
you.
It's
Depends
like
on the person.
as soon as that they have a partner that lasts at least a handful of months, and it's like it's gonna maybe work out. That's I can be like, can we revisit this?
Wow.
The sprinklers come.
Is that? Oh, let's see. So we're out here. We're recording actually outside. This is our spot, and the sprinklers are getting ready to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to relocate.
But
But
you know, I think a lot of girls too, a lot of girls need ask for a lot of attention, you know. They need a lot of attention.
yep, yep. That's the thing.
You
I
know.
would. That's a lot of work.
Um, yeah, I think with jealousy, working at it is just like anything else. The more you experience you have doing it, the easier it gets to adjust to. Like you're still gonna feel pangs of jealousy and stuff, but getting over it is a lot easier the more you do it. Getting
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, we're getting hit up. Oh, let you love
Getting
this
wet.
when you record at after midnight, and then the sprinklers come on. Well, man, again, man, I can't wait to see what happens the next time I record. Hopefully, it won't be another week or two, a month or two, or 3 months. I don't know when was the last time we recorded. And Dre, we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. I don't know. We'll have to maybe shelve that for another time, but
Yeah, definitely.
Just get all your
Yeah,
recording together and then
I
yeah,
gotta do my. I'm gonna do my alien fucking podcast, spiritual
the awakening. Yeah,
awakening
the awakening.
thing.
Yeah, we got to do that for sure. And talk about some other things for sure. I just got to
Mhm.
line it up.
Yeah, to continue about the UFO I saw.
Uh oh. Well, I don't know if we got. You want to talk quick? We can do that. I have to hold my phone gets messed up. I'm gonna have to hold my phone up here. So what? Talk about it. We'll end with their UFO story. We're getting Conspiracy Dre. Go ahead, Conspiracy Dre.
This ain't no conspiracy. I saw a fucking UFO.
When?
Well,
Yeah.
I I went to do a meditation on the beach,
So
deep
just on the
sound
water,
meditation,
right?
and with sound equipment, with bowls, Reiki, like the full blast.
Right.
And then it turned dark. I'm just gonna fast forward because it's the end of the year. But anyways, we meditated, we did sound, we did
Right.
movement, we did sound, and then we were just laying down. And then I
And
just was energized. So I look up, it already turned dark on the beach, and I could see uh, the stars, and then I could see planes, and I could see different things in the sky. And I'm like, oh, there was a big, a bright star. So I focused on it, and then I
right.
looked at the other stars, and I seen a plane. So then all of a sudden, like I see this red dot come from the big star that I was looking at, and it just shot across all the way to the next star that I saw. And then I'm like, nah, I'm like, what? It's just because every time I look up in the sky, I'm like, I just give out like a kind of like I give out like a signal, like, oh,
Signal. Yeah.
show me something. Are you guys here? Are you gonna do something? Whatever. So
Yeah.
I had gone in a deep meditation, and I'm like, oh, okay, oh, I'm looking at the stars. So I said it, like, show me
So you
something. And
connected
then
it. You
so
connected with one.
I was just, yeah. So then I seen it go across this red dot, and it was going across, and it was in a straight line. And I'm like, oh, nah, this might be. I'm like, damn, is that a craft? I'm like, damn, that's a craft. And then I
And
was
what
like,
happened? What did
maybe.
it do? It
I'm
just moved
like, maybe
around.
it's not. I'm like, maybe it's not. And then it like flew directly to the next star that I was looking at. Like it went in the straight line. And then I'm looking at the planes. I'm like, nah, maybe it's not maybe it's a satellite,
Yeah.
And so I look back up at the star that I was focused on, and then another red dot came out, and it went, and then it slowed down. I was like,
But
oh shit. Oh
so
yeah.
you were on the beach when you saw this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of shit.
L-
You see a
Let me
lot of
tell you the craft that I saw, the red dot that I saw
Mm.
it was way further than the fucking star. I mean, I mean, not that it was further, but the star was way brighter than the red dot, is what I'm
Right.
trying to say. And then the second one kind of changed its path. You know what I mean? To kind of
Right.
like knew that I was doubting him. It was like, nah, let me show you
So
that this is not a fucking satellite.
it didn't it didn't get close to you at all. It just was like just
No, it was just showing that it was up in the sky. You
Okay.
know?
So you were, I don't know what level that is. Isn't that Close Encounters of the Second Kind or something? I don't know. They always have they have a category. Like
Yeah.
you were abducted, so we ain't, you know.
But
Wow.
this ain't the first time I've seen where I've
Well, you're
asked and
connected.
I've seen them. You know?
You're connected on a lot of that stuff, so that's why.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
again,
told you I seen one in New York. The phone
energy
was
and effort
crazy.
to get better.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, the Abe was just here. He used to have orbs come to near him. He had stories. I wish he was here to tell you about his orb story. He had an orb outside his house. That was
Mm,
orbs.
yeah,
Orbs.
that could be a craft too.
Yeah. He would tell me, I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I had fucking orbs outside my house, like right outside. They'd always
Yeah,
show up.
it could be just an entity like manifesting.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and end this particular episode of Patriot Man. Thank you.
No
yeah,
problem.
We gotta
Update.
Yeah, we gotta get another update, and definitely I'll come up with some more things. And Dre, we'll definitely gotta do another one with K Dub and hopefully some
yeah.
other people. We actually got a special segment that I want to add for another episode. We have
Hmm.
our old friend that came back, did a little quick recording.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, but thanks for
Hmm.
coming on, Dre and
Yeah, man.
Patriot.
All right,
Hey,
Patriot.
see you.
Peace.
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 Thank you for listening to this podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the Fam 305.